Welcome in, everybody. So excited to be here. And you guys already know I have the GOAT caster on my
Hey.
side, Sporty FC. Usually I'm over on his channel, but he is making an appearance on here for nothing other than the draw. So excited. How you doing, Sporty?
Man, I could not feel any better. This is a huge tournament. I know it's one of the biggest tournaments we've been in a while. A $14,000 prize pool. Yes, you heard it. $14,000 up for grabs. This is just the end of the qualifiers. Tomorrow is the main event. Draw 7. Presented by Ally, hosted by James Bott and Rizzo. Zen Zero, we're here, we're ready. It's a huge day for so many teams. There's so many teams. We already know who 4 of our teams are in that main event, the invited teams. But here today, 32 teams fighting for those final 12 spots.
Yeah, and going to be a battle indeed. I know. First up, we are going to be taking my boys over at First Class. They are taking on Oreo. So super excited about that one right there. And we know Oreo, very strong squad. They have Zell, Gusky, and Drapino. And I actually got to cast for Gusky last weekend. He plays for Columbia College Silver, and they made it to the semifinals of the Great Lakes CRL Midwest CRL Fall Minor. So I have a lot of faith in 5 Up Buffy and Deck, but they definitely have their work cut out for them today.
Yeah, exactly how you mentioned again. First Class were in this event last time, draw 6. They made it to that. They had to take some incredible wins in that last event to get to that main event in the qualifiers. I mean, they had to make an epic lower bracket run. It took them wins over SUP, over Wowzers, over Juicers to get there until they got to that main event, and they had a tough first round at Space Station Gaming. They could not take that win. They lost actually in a reverse sweep, though. So that gives, I think, a lot of those First Class fans a lot of hope that they're going to make it again. Because if they can take on teams like Space Station, who have won regional events, then they can take on anybody in this qualifier. And again, being one of the favorites to move through, it's going to be a tough battle for Oreo.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I was a little heartbroken. I was actually casting with Whoops You. I believe it was So Insane Gaming and Shooters for the first round. And yeah, we got through, hey, they said First Class won game 1. Hey, First Class won game 2. And just inside I'm like, oh my goodness. They don't even necessarily have to sweep Space Station. Just if they can pull out this win, we know how monumental that would have been. Unfortunately, they were reverse swept, but I tell you what, Sporty, that type of experience, that's what is needed, right? Because we already know all these players, all these teams are at this next level, but it's being able to perform under that pressure against the best teams. So it's that's a huge factor, and I think every time they do something like that, it just makes it more and more ice in their veins.
Yeah, and I like what you mentioned as well. Again, reminder, the other matchup on the other side of the bracket as well. There's 3 other matches in this group. Sup-Verdict, Big Bird 3.0, JPD versus Iced Up, and Zero2One Career Worst. Winner of that last matchup. We taking on the winner of this matchup just to qualify for that main event. What a match that would be, again, with the likelihood of First Class having to meet 0-1. That's an insane second round match that, well, someone's got to win that, someone's got to lose. It's going to be a huge battle, but for now, it's First Class versus Oreos and Zero. This is only the first round. We've got a couple matches for you all today. And again, we'll be live again tomorrow for the main event. Very likely a team we'll see today could be on the stream again tomorrow, fighting in a single elimination format.
Yep, and you guys see that format on there had 12 main spots. Of course, a lot of those are invited teams, and then 4 double elimination spots, 3 main event spots per group, which is what makes up that 12. But we know we got the teams in here. We think they're ready to go. We're not going to make them wait much longer. And we already know this is what we're here for. And I can't tell you, I wouldn't want anybody else besides my side besides Sporty.
Well, that's very nice of you, but I couldn't have wanted a better first match startup. We got an incredible first match. We got to see, your friends here in First Class taking on the Oreo side, who had to fight through that open qualifier. That was a long, grueling Friday of open qualifier action. And hey, they've made it, and they've made it very strongly. But now in day 2, this is when things get really tough. This is when you get to match up against teams that have qualified for RLCS main events, or teams that can qualify for RLCS main events. this is where things get tough. And again, this is where things can get really scary. First class, Oreo, let's go to day 1. The first match here of the Draw 7. It's a team that's made it to Draw 6 and went to that main event. They want to go back in first class, but Oreo haven't made it yet. This could be a monumental start for them.
Absolutely, and 5UP immediately looking to dime up Buffy, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. I love that that's how it started. You really have to watch this 1-2 punch as, a demo there, and that kind of worked against them. I'm about to see exactly what happened in the replay here, but Drip got the demo on 5UP. Gusky couldn't clear it out quite as well as he wanted. Buffy there to just pick his pocket. First class on the board first.
Yeah, a bit of panic on that defense from Oreo. Gusky trying to clear it through the center of the field, and that's a very scary play for a lot of players, especially at this level. With how quickly people can get in the air when you jump early like that, when you try to clear it through the midfield, it's risky. There's good rewards if you can do it, but it's really rough if you don't, as this one, dunk from Gusky! Oreo with an answer!
My goodness, beautiful first pop-up there, gets up, gets the flip reset, and then Drip actually comes in, tries to continue it, gets stopped on the goal line, but Gusky there for the dunk. And if this is, a glimpse of what we're going to see for this series, I don't know if my heart can take it, Sporty.
Hold on here, we've got a lot more of action where that came from. First class meeting Oreo here, a goal against them. And for Oreo, they need more of those chances. Might need to rely on those solo play ability. For a lot of teams, it's really tough to get, things to work, especially when you do have to face off against a team like First Class who have this experience at playing at the highest level. Oreo will have to find a way to beat through them consistently, as here's Deck! That one's on! Oreo left the front open! It's Deck who finds the space!
And a little bit of a Post Malone action here from Drip. He comes off the backboard, but actually backflips, I believe, thinking that he was going to jump off. But just a time. I mean, we say it all the time. This game is milliseconds and millimeters. And he was a millisecond and a millimeter away from saving that one. But yeah, First Class, I think they are one of the next up Bubble Pro teams. And I'm very, very grateful to be a part, of the org, be a caster for them. But as I said, you gotta watch this Buffy and 5UP matchup, and then they have Deck as that kind of designated third man. But on top of that, he's a wild card that is very mechy, as well as Buffy trying to line up the double tap. Can't quite find it, but we're only 90 seconds in here. 5UP trying to extend this lead by 2.
Yeah, and the way they're trying to take that boost from Oreo, you saw on defense at one point only one player actually had boost there for a moment for Oreo. First Class prioritizing the resources here and trying to steal it away, but in fact it's gone against them. Dex got that block on Gusky, but Oreo, now it's their turn. Got to inflict some punishment here in front. Buffy's got that one away, and old Drippino trying to put it back in. Look at this, just really utilizing that corner. First Class don't want to push there. They don't want to commit too heavily into the corner and leave that middle of the field open, and that's what Oreo is trying to exploit out of them.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that. They're not going to play into their hands, but Zell gets a nice beat. 5UP does get back just in time. And that's something that, I can't say which side has a real speed advantage. Typically, 5UP, one of the fastest on the pitch. It's Drip looking for the pass down to Zell. Zell there, but just a tad late. Gusky looking to take over. And I tell you what, Sporty, these rotations looking crisp. And just as I say it, Zell going to tie it up.
Bad timing there, Zen. Really bad timing there. Buffy completely missed that one. And at the level that I know that we see as well from a lot of players, no matter what level you see, that's going in from Oreo. That's just a big mistake and a bad time to make it here for First Class. Tie game. But off the kickoff, wait a second. Buffy's going to take the lead right back. It's as if that last goal never happened.
And I tell you, that's something else we haven't talked too much about, but the mental. Obviously, it takes, crazy mental fortitude to be at this level at all, let alone, make it to day 2 of a tournament like this. But that's something that I've seen First Class do time and time again. Make a small mistake or even a crucial mistake and then bounce right back. So I love to see it, and especially come from Buffy, who, pretty much just let that last goal happen.
Sometimes off the kickoff, so many teams love to play a risky kickoff, and so often it bites them here. Oreo like a lot of other higher level teams, they trust each other that much that when something doesn't go their way, it can be sometimes really tough to counter it and respond to it. You've heard so many people talk about those kickoffs being, a real example of some teams just having too much faith in each other in plays that they can't always control. Now, an Oreo, well, they did tie that game up quickly. The kickoff will have been their biggest issue. As Zell now, 5 up, putting it back in. It's midfield. Deck wants to redirect, but he couldn't get a handle on that one. And Gus gives it away, but another heavy clear goes right into the hands of Buffy. And that's the last thing Oreo wants to hear.
And Buffy, 3 for 3 right now on the shooting. 5 up already with a couple of assists. And Deck actually up on top here. 3 saves and a goal himself. So, I mean, first class, getting everybody involved. And it really seems that, both teams just impeccable rotations when they're on that offensive side of the pitch. And that's just so hard to combat and stay composed on that defensive end, on that goal line.
Chance for Oreo up the field. That's off the back wall. Zell, drop down for Trevino. That's wide. That's Zell. That one's just ping-ponging in front of the net. First class are absolutely crowding that goal line.
Yeah.
It feels as if they're nervous. There is a reason to be nervous. It's Zell coming in. And Oreo, my goodness, they cannot let go of game 1.
They can't at all. And a great job there. Specifically of Drip really causing just chaos in front of that goal line. And you said it, I don't know if it's nerves or it's just he did such a great job, but he had all 3 members of first class essentially in the same exact position in that corner. And yeah, you already know that's a domino effect. You might not immediately get scored on as Zell going low. Oh, fakes out 5 up. My goodness. Was that an own goal there at the end?
But it was forced. Zell. And that's just a beautiful fake there on Buffy. And that's what opens up all that room. And as soon as he's done, he's not done. That's the thing. He may have finished a solo play, but he's still looking for that bump. He's still looking for one extra play to secure that goal for Oreo. And while they've been down, it seems, for the whole game so far, they are right back in it. Although that is a scary play in front of the nets. Deck now putting it back in. Zell. Gusky gets it past Buffy here. 5 up. Off the corner. Infield pass attempt. Zell already on the back wall. The quickness that these guys can read the play is quite extraordinary. Again, you're watching some of the best teams in Rocket League face off against each other. And again, it's all about predicting each other so incredibly well. You can't wait for the play to come to you. You have to take it yourself here. Zell maybe trying to heed to that advice. The solo play in front, 5 up. Keeps it close to him, and he's going to dribble this one out. Drip off the ceiling. Doesn't have that touch there. Deck sends it away, and this ball will stay up for now. Deck leaving it for Buffy. High pop. Looking in field, maybe one more chance. Buffy. That one saved by Zell. Deck up high. Drepino wants this one grounded, but Buffy keeping it alive. That will go to the midfield, and first class will send this game to overtime.
Overtime, game number 1, and I tell you what, a lot on first class's shoulders here because they had this game pretty much in the bag, but Oreo did not give up one bit. And I tell you something, Sporty, Oreo is doing a fantastic job of not giving, Buffy 5 up or even Deck, but specifically, 5 up and Buffy you have to watch out for mech-wise. They are not giving them any space in the air as 5 up might have got just that. Can he line up the double tap? Oh my goodness, what a play, but just denied at the final moment.
5 up, trying to get that follow through, but as you said, again, a huge denial from Oreo. When you see a player jumping in the air, you know they're going to hit that at this level. No questions about it, you'll have to block them. As Zell almost put that in. Oreo putting on the pressure. When it comes to overtime, they are not letting go. In for Gusky. What a save from Buffy. First class, keep this in overtime. A huge heroic stand on defense.
And Buffy just came out of the shadows, out of nowhere. But, 5 up. He's going to miss it. Gusky going to have the easy open net here. My goodness, a minute in. Oreo absolutely still game number 1.
5 up, gave up on that play. He pushed up high. He was not expecting that dunk to be so powerful. And Oreo will take advantage. The underdogs, a team that had to fight through the total qualifiers, have taken game 1 over a team that made to the main event just only about a month or so ago. Oreo doing so well. They have come back, as you said, from behind. And they're shooting 15 shots to 9. Oreo right now surprising so many out there.
Yep, and I tell you that's kind of typical. I get to, watch and cast for first class quite a bit, and they typically want to be that team that is shooting more, that is the aggressor. And that's what we saw, through the first 4 minutes of the game. They were up 4-2 with like less than a minute left. And they were playing just like that. But Oreo really, really, bit down, grinded back, fought back, and put them in a tough position. And that's how it is when first class is forced to be on defense for too long or too much. It just seems they can't, they're not firing on all cylinders, so to speak. So I would expect them to come out and be really aggressive here to start game number 2, try to up the ante, make them play at their pace, and kind of grab that momentum back.
Yeah, I felt like that as the game kind of came to its close, that was when Oreo started to figure out a lot
Yeah.
more of how First Class played. First Class will have to maybe make some adjustments. I don't know if they were expecting this in round 1, but well, Oreo definitely must have, because they're playing as the better team right now. First Class, what adjustments do they make? Do they find a new play, or do they just get a goal early? Buffy almost stole that one away from Gusky, and now a double commit. Deck, it's open! It's saved by Zell as he'll get back in time. Already Oreo feels a lot like the start of game 1.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, I don't think that it's, obviously adjustments are made as Zell finds a nice pass out. Drip can't quite read it. Gusky's there, little waterfall. You see the double commit, but 5-Up gets the clear. Is he going to have an open net? No, Drip gets back. 5-Up lines up the double tap. Oh my goodness. And Drip somehow keeps it out. But what I was going to say, Sporty, is less than, the adjustments. I think 5-Up might just need to calm down a bit because, there was a few kind of whiffs that led to goals, but also lack of composure on the goal line. And I think if they just, take a breath, they win that game 1 and they take this series.
Chaos. That's their whole game plan right now. They know that all in order and in team play, they're not going to win here against 5-Up, but they can if they make 5-Up panic. And right now, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to see if 5-Up can maybe commit a little too heavily onto offense and then strike with the defense in shambles. First Class, though, are doing well to send one player back every single time they're on offense. Oreo haven't been able to break through that just yet. As Deck gets past 2, but Drip will send it away, and another overcommit here from them, and this is again going to be capitalized. Oreo, not the first time they've gone for that play at the last player back, but it's also not the first time they've been countered as such by Buffy.
Yep, and you hit the nail on the head right there, Sporty. As usual, great analysis, because I was going to say the exact same thing. Buffy continues to be that one to kind of be in position to punish him for that overcommit as Deck looking line up the double tap. Good backboard defense there from Zell. But yeah, Buffy continuing to be the one. 5-Up is back, going to take his time here, but doesn't get the best controlled first touch, so doesn't have to find the 50 on Drip. Gusky looking to take over, looking for Zell, little too much dip on the chip there. Buffy counterattack.
Going to be stopped to the midfield. Oreo, it does feel as though it's only a matter of time before they can get their own opportunities on offense. They haven't had enough of them. They haven't had strong enough chances. First Class is intentionally trying to limit them, but even so, I expect chances to come at any point as here comes Gusky. That one's on. Saved by Deck. First Class, again, panicking on defense. Infield to Gusky! And Oreo, they love it when First Class is in danger. They always find a way to strike.
They do a fantastic job of that, and you said it earlier, they are just causing chaos in front of the First Class net, in front of that blue net, and it's giving so much trouble to First Class, because once they double commit, or even worse, triple commit, as 5-Up looking to get it right back. It's gonna be high, but Buffy open net, and again, Oreo, they're gonna have to stop giving it up right. It seems right after they score, just about every time they give it right back, and this is going to be a very fatiguing way of playing for them if they continue this. So would like to see them lock in a little bit more on those kickoffs.
Mention the kickoff, it's hurt them. It's almost going to hurt them again here as 5-Up with the demo. Deck didn't have it, but if he did, that could have been a chance for him. And now Dravino bump Buffy. 5-Up will get back though, and already an immediate transition coming out from Oreo, who are again trying to play much more risky. You can't just play safe against this team, but yeah, it does feel like those risks have really actually hurt them a lot more than it has helped them in this game. As here comes Drip, pass down, almost Kurt's able to connect that one. Zell now. That one's cleared away, but it's open for Gusky! And Gusky takes it! An awkward play for First Class! And again, as I said earlier, Oreo love it when First Class are in danger. That's when they strike.
Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job of it. And I tell you what, they're doing a great job of, Sporty. They're using that, not only using the backboard, but they're using the very, very tip of that backboard to cause these waterfalls or to cause these, crazy, crazy touches down the hard reads. But once again, they fall apart on the kickoff. And First Class, just like that, take the lead once again.
Shame on me. If it happens twice, shame on Sen Zero. If it happens 3 times, I don't think we can blame ourselves anymore. What's happening? That's not a fluke occurrence. That is another own goal. Another kickoff goal and an open net here for First Class. And again, another win on the kickoff, trying to make another thing happen. Buffy, though, ran out of resources, and First Class will have to keep control at this point in the midfield. But for Oreo, this is starting to become a real issue for them. They're getting some great plays on offense, but if the kickoff is letting them down, that is a whole different problem. The only set piece in Rocket League, and they're finding a lot of struggles as Deck gonna be a pain for them here. 5 up, met by Gusky, and that's an open one. Sales beat the last defender, and that's an easy one for Oreo to take.
And just a bit of an overcommit here. I don't think Buffy really realized just how overcommitted the squad was. I mean, I would have loved to see maybe a little fake challenge in there, or even no challenge at all. Just kind of back off in that shadow save positioning, kind of buy some time for his team to get there. That was huge. But let's see if they can continue it. No, Zell looking to attack here. The high clear off the backboard. Another waterfall here. Deck able to make the save, but I tell you what, Oreo just doing a fantastic job of using that waterfall technique out in front of the net, because even if they don't immediately score from it, it's a domino effect. They eventually they all fall down. And my goodness, if they can take this game too, First Class will be in a lot of trouble here in this first series.
I like what you mentioned. It's one of the age-old techniques in Rocket League. Just send it to the back wall and see if they don't read it. And that's exactly what Oreo's doing, trying to keep them out. It's one of the first strategies you learn in Rocket League, and it's one that still stays true. Even at this level, people aren't always going to make those touches, and if you make it tough enough, it's going to be tough to read. As here comes Zell, another one to the back wall. This one will be read by Deck. He looks for 5 up, beaten by Gusky. Infield, Buffy will clear it away. Final minutes. The time is running out. Oh, what a fake from 5 up! He got Oreo to jump, and he scores off of it. A beautiful, beautiful play.
And a great outlet pass to start that counter attack right there. 5 up loves it. I don't know if that was technically a classy flick, but he loves that backward flick setup. Just, I mean, beautiful. And again, 5 up, the young prodigy, really the one I believe to keep an eye on. I think he's one of the up next, not only the squad. Oh, but the double from Zell. Oh, and they kind of squandered that as Gusky just missing. 5 up. Go another direction, does find the flip reset. Beautiful play, the bump ahead. I'm not sure who it was here. I believe it was Buffy. Great field awareness to go ahead, find this bump, force strip to go in reverse. Beautiful flip reset from 5 up. And now they're in a similar situation. They were up 2 goals under a minute left last game. This time they just need to lock in, secure this dub, and make this essentially a best of 3.
A fake from Oreo, trying to get to offense quickly, but it's actually going to work somewhat against them here. They have to go backwards, although they do win that challenge. And as you mentioned, yeah, they need to score quickly, and that may be a chance in the front. Here comes Drip. That's going to be saved by 5 up on the goal line. First Class deny that chance, and that should be game. It will be game. No more opportunities for Oreo to get this one, and it's a tied series. First Class have made those adjustments. They really won this game, though, off of that kickoff. You mentioned about what they need to change. It really wasn't much. It was a kickoff, though, that really became Oreo's biggest nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see here 13-11 on the shooting. So pretty close. 5 up with 4 saves right there. 7 as a team. 7 for Oreo as well. So, very close on the shots, very close on the saves. Pretty similar assists as well. All around pretty similar. The big difference, as you said, the kickoffs. But First Class needs to take that deep breath. They need to find that composure on the goal line, because they cannot continue to allow Oreo to fluster them, cause them to double commit, even triple commit. Because as I said, this team is so well skilled, so fast. A lot of times they're able to recover from that double commit and make everything all right. It's not going to work at this level. It's a domino effect. You double commit, yeah, you might recover, and for the moment recover, but it's eventually going to find the net, and Oreo have just done a fantastic job of exploiting that. So need to see them get a little more composed on the goal line.
Yeah, First Class, you mentioned it. They're nervous. They know how good this team is. They've kind of met Oreo, and well, Oreo is letting them meet them over and over again in the terms of scoring on that nets. But as we mentioned again, it's first class who took that last game. The kickoffs really did it. It was good quality passes, but realistically, if and I expect Oreo to make some adjustments on the kickoff to change things up. We're gonna need to see more from first class if they want this series.
Yeah, fully agree. And I think it comes down, crucial game number 3, especially in a tied up series here. Drip trying to get it out. Buffy is there to try to pick his pocket, but a great touch there from Gusky. And I love that, as first man, anytime you can beat not only one, but 2 defenders there, going to be really a handful to handle. And that's something that, not only Gusky, but the entirety of Oreo have been doing. And I think that's a big reason for that lack of composure on the first class goal line.
Yeah, I mean, so often in your Rocket League, you see teams score because the other 2 have committed. And well, that's a perfect example of that.
Yep.
2 players in the corner, Buffy and 5 Up. They couldn't beat Gusky, and that means it's open for Zell. Oreo will take the first one.
And I'm surprised. I think Buffy might just not have kind of realized, how much room he had. He thought maybe he was going to get 50'd or dunked right there, because he kind of just tosses it right out to the opposition as Deck trying to line something up. Nice clear off the backboard there. And I would say that's where Oreo is winning. They're playing much, much better backboard defense. Well, defense altogether, in my opinion, but specifically that backboard defense from them has just been, impregnable.
And it's going to be tough to bait that one as Oreo. Well, we got to do another one on the backboard. 5 Up those up early, and he'll leave it in front for Deck. Zell will take that one out, and as you said, again, back wall to back wall. These teams trying to see if the other will make the mistake first, and well, no one has really given up any room for free here, and no team has really proven that they're going to be better than the other. As here comes Gusky, flip reset, still got another one. Zell, oh, but he shot it wide. That should have been a goal for Oreo. Zell had that in front of him. That is a chance he'd like to have back.
Absolutely, bit of an opportunity squandered, but beautiful mechanics to get it set up. Now Drip trying to work out of his corner. All 3 members of Oreo got a little bunched up there. Can Buffy make them pay for it? And again, all 3 players, but specifically Buffy and 5 Up, so mechy. Oreo just not giving them any room at all. And I think that's been another massive factor. We're going to have to see them, first class that is, rely a lot more on teamwork than their typical, solo playability.
Yeah, that teamwork is what has allowed them to score goals. It's not because of these solo efforts. They haven't scored that often from solo efforts. It's been from the ability to read each other in a space. Oreo, I think they realize that too. They're hoping, and they're trying to, give first class space to do solo plays. They want first class to continue to play that solo play style. It's the style they know that they can beat. Again, they're trying to intentionally lull them into that by giving them a decent amount of space to that sidewall, but that's a huge mistake. Deck's got it open, and that's a goal back for first class. A breakdown for Oreo in the midfield, and this is going to hurt for Zell because he just did not read that play.
Oh, not at all. And I like the pass attempt there from Drip, but as you said, Zell just didn't quite read it, left himself massively overcommitted there. And again, I like where the mindset was at. I like that play right there, but it's a little lack of communication, a little bit of a breakdown, just like that. First class, tie it up, 5 Up. Big fake out in front of the net, does get one. Looking to go ground to air into a 50, finds Buffy on target, but Zell, big read, Deck trying to continue it, and what a clear out there by Drip.
It's just back and forth. These teams transition so quickly. I mean, there's a big clear. Buffy, oh, he actually got a touch on that. He just couldn't put it on target. And again, another big clear on the field. These teams trying to find each other, waiting upfield. They recognize that both are doing well. It's just keeping that net really clumped up and really tough to break down. Instead, you got to find space some other way. As here's a pass in front. A save from Deck. And look at this from first class. Another big clear downfield here from 5 Up, who's trying to get through Zell. Chased down by another player. Here comes Buffy. Off the ceiling. Deck in front. Drip is going to beat him on that. And again, we go down the field. It's big clear after big clear. These teams, it may seem like they're not really keeping possession all that easily, but in fact, no. Those big clears are meant to be passes and are meant to be scored off of with redirects.
Yep, very good analysis as usual. As we see another one there, this time Zell does get back in time, and also, I think that both teams have really earned a lot of respect from each other, and that's why we're not seeing you know, those shorter passes. They're looking for the long clears for the outlet passes, because those short passes, just like we saw between Drip and Zell, easily, if you misread it, easily turn into a goal the other way. But this time Zell finds Drip. Beautiful shot here, and they were in the net, but Drip able to get so much elevation on this bounce that 5UP just can't get up in time. Oreo take their second lead of this game, just under a minute left.
And 5UP wasn't ready for that. He thought that was his ball to go for.
Yeah.
But he got called off by that player on the back wall. And First Class, well, they kind of undid themselves there on defense. As now, here comes Gusky. Again, less than a minute, as you mentioned. Here's N0, and for First Class, and really 5UP, this is a rough game for them. Not a lot of action on the field here. I've only been able to get 5 shots compared to the 7 of Oreo. And Oreo have done a lot better on holding that midfield possession and dominating that possession of the ball. As here comes Deck through the midfield. Buffy, that one's redirected off the back wall. Gusky does have it. And nobody back here for First Class. They've got to race their way there. Time running out here for a team, the favorites in this first round.
And Buffy, nice save on the goal line. Little bump from Gusky, but Buffy gonna stay with it. He is able to clear it out. This is a big opportunity. Oh, Zell might have just put the dagger in the back, the nail in the coffin. 5UP. Long clear up. Deck in the lineup. Buffy. He does Buffy. Nice flick. This is on too. Oh, Gusky misreads it. Drip. Huge clear from Drip. Deck keeps it up. Oh my goodness. This is gonna waterfall. This is big. Oh, and Gusky. Big time clear here. He solidifies the win for Oreo. And now all of a sudden the underdogs on series point. First Class gonna need to win back-to-back games here. And that's a tall task against a team like Oreo that is playing so well right now.
Well, before the stream, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be a quick 3-0 series here. I was totally thinking, oh, First Class is going to have this one, and Oreo have surprised me by a huge margin. Another close win, another very tough matchup. But that is what it's going to take down teams like First Class. Reminder, there's still other matches here in this bracket that are playing on at the same time, and, well, we're going to have to see how those matches go. Again, what an interesting round it has been for these teams. It's not been easy. It has not been quick, as I can give you guys an update. 0-1, it did sweep Currywurst, so winner of this will be playing 0-1 as expected, but this series still far from over.
Yeah, absolutely, and my goodness, First Class, they're being forced by Oreo. That's something Oreo's doing a great job of, is they're forcing them to play their game, right? Holding First Class to only 5 shots total through an entire game, that is nearly unheard of. So for them to be able to do that, I expect a big, oh my goodness, Buffy just tried to bully his way through. Big flip reset, what a save. But I think that just goes to show to the mental right there. First Class ready to really ramp it up. But again, Buffy denied on the goal line. However, they've already found, nearly half the shots they did in 5 minutes last game in 30 seconds. Oh, the counter from Gusky, though, it's posted in, my goodness.
Counts Gusky, the first shot for Oreo, and that is another aerial fake. He's done it before. He does it again. First Class want the challenge early, want the challenge high, and Oreo, and specifically Gusky, is not letting them have it. In fact, he's using those early challenges against them.
Absolutely, and as I said, I got to cast for Gusky last week. Actually, they were in the Fall Minor, the CRL, Great Lakes CRL Fall Minor championship. They actually lost to their own school. They were Columbia Silver, and they lost to Columbia Navy. But I knew, when I saw Gusky on the squad, I already knew this guy has not only the team mentality, so great at threes, but he has that solo pop-off ability that we know makes people so dangerous, and he is using those fakes today, I mean, just so well. As 5UP goes airborne for that bump, and that's something I was going to say earlier. I would like to see, either side here kind of up the physicality, because that's something we haven't seen too much of. 5UP, big play here, and I'm not sure, might have actually got my wish granted. It looks like, let's see, was it Deck went up for the bump on Drip? He does, finds the bump. Easy open up for 5UP. We're all tied up.
Stream, they can hear us very loud and clear, and they say, you know what, Zenzo, you're the analyst here. You know what you're talking about. We'll go for it. And in fact, they're now in the lead right off the kickoff. It's another thing we've seen First Class do so well.
Yep.
And this is a huge turnaround. Oreo blink and you'll miss it. That's 2 goals straight.
And I have a feeling we're about to see not only 5-Up but the entirety of First Class really up the ante right here. I think they're, not too happy with how these first 3 games have played out, and they are ready to turn it up and really, show us what they're capable of. But Oreo not going to make it easy, especially off the back of Gusky, who is just big bodies his way all the way through. Now Buffy, long clear down. This might be an open net for Deck. Oh, it gets a little flashy. 5-Up with the cleanup, but a big save from Gusky, and I know Deck wants that one back, Sporty.
Wide open for him. He totally expected Oreo to have someone waiting there. Oreo had done another one of those overcommits that they seem to make at least once every single game. And it's something about that playstyle. They like to push up as a unit, but it does leave them in those awkward positions where everybody's pushed up and nobody is back. First Class. Again, oh, what a flick from Buffy. That's wide. Gusky's going to clear it away. A huge flick. First Class moving to the ground rather than the air, and they're finding a lot more success as a result. They know that aerial-based play, they aren't beating this Oreo team. Oreo team is actually beating them on that. Instead, they're going to take those mechanics. They're going to keep them on the ground and away from where Oreo can reach them.
And I think, again, it's been that backboard defense. Not only are they getting up, challenging them quick, but they're just using that backboard so well as Oreo. So I love to see that adjustment from First Class. As you see Deck looking for the pass upfield. It is denied, but now 5-Up going to take over, look for possession at mid. And right now, Sporty, we are seeing an absolute battle for that possession. Oh, a big battle at midfield. Zell finds the clear out. 5-Up. A little bit awkward here, but going to recover, work off the wall, try to find the pass out. But once again, Drip there to shut it down. Deck on target, and a big save from Gus.
And Oreo still well and truly in it. Here's a big lead on the field. They're trying to get these counterattacks to work for them. You can tell, again, they're waiting back. They're seeing what First Class will bring to them. And then they're trying to quickly break through that midfield, burst through with the ball. And they're doing pretty well at that, as there's another pass to Gusky. Looking for the dunk, can't get it. Here comes Drip. That's wide, but in comes Zell. And that's somehow kept out by Deck. Panic in front of that for First Class still. Here's another chance. Drip couldn't react to 5-Up. And First Class, man, they just dodged a bullet there. That's another one of those panic plays on defense that could have caught them here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said it best. Somehow saved by Deck. I have no idea what I actually just witnessed, but the counterattack, very dangerous. Oh, and Gusky saw 5-Up in the net, tried to put it as far left as possible, just missing. First Class need to hold on here for this last minute, and that's something we know. The final minutes so far, in these games have not really went their way. Would love to see that change here as 5-Up takes control, finds the double tap, actually pinches it off the crossbar. He's been looking for that shot all series long, Sporty. It continued to get denied. He forced it in there, takes the lead back by 2.
And what a perfect time to have that happen as well. When your team needs insurance, you are worried because Oreo have come back from that 1-goal deficit before. And that is a great time to do it as Zell now, the dribble in front, but he's found the ghost of his teammate there. They got demoed off the field. Gusky now. And downfield, 5-Up, trying to get multiple touches on it, but here comes a play for Oreo. What a challenge from Deck. That is beautiful in the corner. And 5-Up's gonna score. This is 4-1. 5-Up. Just give him the magic word, and he'll turn up for you. 4 goals on 5 shots, and First Class, off of 5-Up's play, are taking the game 4.
And I fully expect him to just take this momentum, full force, game 5, come out absolutely swinging. I called it. I knew it. I've got to be able to cast and know these guys for a while now. I knew after that game 3 performance, 5-Up and Buffy, well, everybody, of course, but specifically 5-Up, was going to take that personally, was going to really look to step it up. But the long clear, Gusky can't find the double. That could have been a big momentum goal there for Oreo. But 5-Up, one more opportunity, going to go ground to air. Delays the flip reset, uses it. Nice on target, actually pulls the double commit out. They do find a nice save, and I tell you what, that is, 7 saves on 11 attempts out of Oreo. So every shot from First Class was either saved or counted as a goal.
First Class, they've really stepped up on that shooting. They just pummeled that net of Oreo, and they definitely deserve that game. They deserve a game 5 with that kind of a performance. We're heading off to one more game. Again, reminder, it says that first round, loser of this is not out. They go to the lower bracket, but awaiting them is a best of 3. And I don't think, I know for a fact if I were to play in this tournament, I'd hate to be in a best of 3 because it can end so quickly. None of these teams want to be there either.
Absolutely. And First Class doing exactly what they love to do. As I said, when they can outshoot you, you're going to have a lot of trouble. And that's something that, Oreo did a great job of. But I think you hit the nail on the head when they started to use that ground play, started to use that passing a little more instead of utilizing their go-to, the mechy aerial plays. We started to see a lot more success for First Class. And I fully expect them to carry that right here into Game 5. But Oreo, they've bounced back and adjusted all series long. So I don't think this is going to be easy by any means, and I honestly think this Game 5 is a toss-up.
Well, we'll see who can take it. Oreo have surprised a lot of us already today, and this is only the first round. There's a lot more action to come. One more game to decide who has that chance to make it to the main event, to make it to tomorrow, to make it to that $14,000 prize pool. And this is where it happens. Game 5, Champions Field. First Class, having been able to force us to go here against an Oreo team that has surprised everybody. One team can move on. One team is going to be sent to lower brackets.
Nice flick there from Drip. Deck is there to snag it away. Picking pockets at midfield. That's something that First Class did a great job of last year as well. 5-up. Looking to take control, and you see it. He loves his 2s. Last season, I believe he finished top 25, I think number 23 in 2. So anytime he can kind of, minimize the size of the field, play that small ball, he's going to use it to his advantage. Buffy, nice clear out off the backboard into the 50 deck. Oh, dangerous pass here, but 5-up there to take it. Gets the flip reset. Oh, my goodness. 5-up is just up the ante. He has ice in his veins. My guy is absolutely peaking here in games 4 and 5.
You give him a flip reset, and 5-up is going to give you a flip reset dribble. 1 goal for First Class. An incredible start. Exactly what they needed. And again, a lot of reliance on 5-up here to get those goals. He's really just taking this game. And instead of it being First Class versus Oreo, it is 5-up versus the Nets, and 5-up wins every single time. Another flip reset. This is incredibly consistent.
My goodness, and funny enough, 5-up just unreal. He actually beat myself and another GC1 1 versus 2 in a best of 5 before. So I promise you, this kid not only is a prodigy, but he is absolutely so comfortable in a 2v1 situation, even with players at this level. And my goodness, is he absolutely cooking here in Game 5.
Goes 5-up. We'll see if he gets another one. Looking for the bump on Zell. Almost got it there. Buffy not on target. And man, you see 5-up jump like that, and you already know that's not a good thing for Oreo. 5-up wants that one. He wants that hat trick. He wants it now. He wants it quickly. He almost got through Japino. Zell bumped out by Buffy as he tried to keep that ball as a back wall, knowing he couldn't bring it into that midfield. It's still awkward, and Zell's been demoed. It's 5-up's third. He's got a hat trick, and First Class are running the show.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, I asked for them to be more physical last game, and it seemed, as you said, the moment I said that, it wasn't a caster curse this time, it was a caster blessing, because that's exactly what they started to do. And after they've upped that physicality, everything has went their way. But certainly not time to celebrate yet. Still, only 90 seconds here. Yes, they're up 3-0, but a lot of game left against a very, very strong squad. So they need to stay locked in here. Kind of use this clock to their advantage, but I know them. If they can score 20, they're going to score 20. They're going to look to continue to run this up. That's 5-up looking for a bit of a cuxer there.
Get that second touch. First Class not done just yet. They really want to make sure that they inflict a ton of pain here on Oreo. Oreo has to try to keep up with them. Zell. Oh, great dribble from him. He's going to try to look for Gusky, but he just got a little too much on it. But First Class actually all pulled into this corner. This is not a good position for them as Drip almost put that in. First Class, bad rotation, almost cost them there. But they're able to get back in time and make that challenge happen. The mistake on rotation won't hurt them just yet. Jack's got to make that block. Here comes Zell. That should be in. It will. Oreo, off of some awkward rotations from First Class, will get their first of Game 5.
And Oreo need to be very careful on this kickoff right here. With how many kickoff goals we've seen from first class, they absolutely cannot immediately concede another one right here. So I think this kickoff gonna matter quite a bit. And it goes right into 5-up hand, but is cut off by Zell. Buffy, little back pass to 5-up, doesn't like the look of it. Just trying to get it out here. Might cause a double commit. Nice 50 from 5-up at midfield. Deck will be next to it. Not much boost. Good controlled touch there. Tries to play it in the corner. They do kind of give it right to Buffy, but Zell with a nice clear. Double commit. Oh no, the net's wide open and 5-up. He gets there. What a double tap. I did not think he was going to be able to play this ball right here, but time and time again, 5-up shows me why he is up next. Beautiful double tap off the ceiling there.
A fourth 5-up. At this point, things are getting worse here for Oreo. And you think, oh, maybe that last performance from last game was incredible from him. He's just one-upping himself. Now here comes Deck. He's trying to do a pass to Buffy. Maybe a flip reset. First class, again, just methodical approach to this game. They're not trying to outpace Oreo by any means. No, they're just trying to make sure that whatever they do on the field, it's going to be so good. It doesn't matter how fast they play it. Oreo can't stop him as Deck. 2 touches in front. Gusky has the clear, but Oreo kept on the backfield, and again, it's slowly but surely up the field. First class go, and chance after chance, shot after shot, and Oreo are getting suffocated out of this one. Buffy, that one, saved away, but boost is running out for Oreo. And again, it is a slow, painful, agonizing death for them here in this series, unless they can get something to work for them.
And they need it to happen here and now, as Gusky does pick the pocket of 5-up. Good 50, Zell. Oh, looking to get up, gets the clear the absolute wrong direction. 5-up going to go ground to air dribble with it. Almost finds the net again, but that clock is the 4th teammate right now. First class up 3, under a minute left. They just need to keep winding it down. And we do have news. Our next matchup after this will be the winner of this taking on 0-1. So we might just see first class back to back. They just need to hold on for 50 more seconds.
5-up, that one stopped by Zell, but again, Oreo being pummeled on that backfield. Time running out for this team. They need 3 goals, and they don't have a lot of time to do it. Gusky trying to find the clear. Deck will stop that one short of the net, and now he's looking for a pass to 5-up. First class, not just trying to score, they're also just trying to waste out the time. Here comes that one. That's kept out. Deck, one touch, slowing down the offensive push. Drip, trying to send it on target. Easily kept away by 5-up. Here's a pass in midfield, but it's Buffy to clear. And it's first class to waste precious seconds off that clock. 0-1 are their opponents for that next round. Oreo will not be able to make that comeback happen. It took 5 games. It took an Oreo team that would not quit. But first class, coming in as the favorites, coming as a team that's made it to that main event before. Well, now they're only 1 step away from doing it again.
And they really stepped it up. They certainly seemed, I don't know, maybe a bit of nerves. So I'd have to assume it's more they just came in a little bit cold. As I seen, the expert analyst in my chat, Chichmo, said they are warming up. Now they went from heating up to being on fire. First class, led by specifically 5-up right there, just went crazy. Not only in game number 5, but they did it in game 4 as well. That series point came up all of a sudden, going down to that loser bracket. Looked like it was a very real possibility, and that's where winners upped that ante. And that's the difference at this level, is if that make or breaks you.
And this was a game for 5-up to really step it up and make it count. Huge performance, huge play. And again, his work for first class allows them to take this series. It may have been close, but, well, it's over. They've taken the win. That's all that really matters for them. Now they got to think about 0-1, an even tougher opponent coming up for them.
Yeah, and I'm very excited for the matchup. And it kind of works out good for me because you guys already know I'm, such a big fan of first class. I'm a caster for them. They're coming in. They're having to face 0-1, which is Angel, Tool, and Flitz, and they're coming in off of a clean sweep. So the momentum certainly has to be. I don't know actually. What do you think gives more momentum? Getting that clean sweep or coming back and snagging that series in such dominant fashion?
Well, we'll have to see. Again, it could be a long break, so it may not even matter how long it took for these teams to win. But yeah, the idea that we're going to get to that next match soon, the fact that first class just went in a close game 5, and with such confidence Game 4 and Game 5, I actually think they actually are the ones that have that momentum coming in, and
Yeah.
they're going to need every ounce of it. 0-1 are a very scary opponent, and they are expected to take this next round. First Class have a lot to prove here if they want to take them down.
Yeah, could not agree more. And I think two big things they need to come in a little more warm, right? They don't want to wait until game 4 to look like their normal selves, but we need to see that composure on the goal line. And I've been saying it for a while. I think that's, every team has their weakness, right? And that's certainly their one weakness is when they get trapped on that goal line, they seem to lose composure, double commit, even triple commit at times. And we know at this level, it's only a matter of time once you double commit on the goal line until you get scored on, 9 times out of 10. Every once in a while, you'll recover and find that big clear and regain. But yeah, they certainly got to be a bit more composed on that goal line and come out looking more like themselves. Because I tell you what, Sporty, games 1, 2, and even 3, they really weren't looking like themselves that first series.
Yeah, and if they play like that, it's going to be a sweep win for 0-1, no question. So they have to be able to step up here against a much tougher opponent, a team that should, in reality, make that main event in 0-1. But, well, we'll find out about that pretty soon here, as again, what a series that was. What a result here for First Class. They could not have, it could have gone a lot better for them, but they'll be happy again with that win. A good first round. It was a little bit tough for them. There was a lot of questions about how they'll play. Now against 0-1, really there's only one question I have for them. Are they going to be able to step up to the challenge?
And you already know. I know it comes down to day of, series of, how they play in that moment. And I fully believe the team that wants this more, the team that shows up here, is gonna be the one that takes it, because this series, truthfully, and I think any series here in day 2 and 3 can truthfully go either way. It just depends, who's more consistent, who's more composed during that series.
Well, we'll find that out very, very soon here at Zen Zero. I'm excited for that upcoming match and just everything about it. Another best of 5 all match day. Well, best of 5 except for those lower bracket rounds 1 and 2 best of 3s. Again, Zen Zero. I think we might need to go to a quick break before we
Yeah.
get back to that.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to take a quick break. Everybody in chat, my community, you guys know I won't be talking to chat too much today, but thank you guys so much for being here. It does mean the world to me, and I agree, Abby. I think we need to bring back suit and tie Sporty, but we are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with First Class taking on 0-1.
Hey, what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? I have an open invitation, but you're telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. Some Chardonnay, we camp in the parking lot. Leave traces of plastic cups. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? So what the So what the hell? What are you waiting for now? And what the hell? You're pretending that you like somebody else. Like you got boys waiting in line to take you home. But tell the truth, you spend the night alone. Let's be alone. So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? Are you waiting so for what the hell? So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? So what the hell?
Welcome back, everybody. We're here for round 2. One team moving to the main event. Here, part of the draw 7 closed qualifiers running to you by Ally and hosted by Rizzo James Bond. Again, what a night we've had so far. We just saw First Class win in a game 5 there in round 1, which is a best of 5. We're going to move into round 2, a best of 5 to qualify for that main event. Well, what's also happening is there is also a lower bracket now, with lower brackets round 1 and 2 being best of 3s, lower finals being best of 5. It's a double elimination bracket. All you guys gotta know, win twice, you move in through that upper bracket. If you lose, you have to move through a couple rounds of that lower bracket to get yourself in. And 12 teams will make it through total, added to those 4 already invited teams in that main event, which will be single elimination and will start tomorrow. Zen Zero, man, what night we had so far. First Class, really want that prize pool.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of the prize pool, that's what they're playing for right now. 14K total. First place getting that 6,500. Second place claiming that 3,500, and then third and fourth 2K apiece. So absolutely massive prize pool. And I tell you what, I'm excited. We get First Class back to back. I'm very involved in the org caster for them. So super excited. We can real quick, Sporty. We can go over the next matchup and the rosters, and then get into it pretty much as quick as possible.
Yeah, I like what you mentioned. And yeah, well, that next match is First Class versus Zero2One. And yes, Zero2One, pretty recognizable team. These are players that have been there, done that at the highest level. Angel, Tool, Flitz, they just won that last round against Currywurst in a 3-0 sweep. You talked about it was dominant from them that last matchup. Very different than what happened to First Class, who went to Game 5 against Oreo. And for First Class, they're going to need to step up from that last series. That last series, while they did get the win, it came down a lot to 5-up. And if this team doesn't work better on what they did last series, it is going to be very tough for them.
Yeah, specifically on the goal line, on defense, right? That was the big difference maker. We already know First Class never going to have an issue on offense or finding offense, really. It's when they're stuck on defense. It's when they are forced to be awkward on their goal line. That's when they have a lot of trouble. But I'll say they're coming in with a lot of momentum after taking that Game 5 win in such dominant fashion. And you have to wonder, 0-1, they've been sitting for a little bit here. So I would expect First Class to come out just a bit, warmer, so to speak, than 0-1. And I think we're about to get right into this one. I'm extremely excited for this matchup here.
Me too, and yeah, as you said, we are getting right into this one here as First Class taking on 0-1. Upper bracket round 2, another best of 5 winner goes to the main event tomorrow. Loser goes to the lower bracket. No one wants to be there because they know that this could be where their tournament ends. Both these teams have made it to this point before, I believe. First Class came in at last event 0-1. Actually didn't participate last event. They did participate in draw 5, and in that qualifier, they got to meet another team. You may have heard of them. They're known as First Class, and they got swept by them in upper bracket round 2. First Class does have history with this 0-1 team. We'll see if they can continue. It's already a chance in front from Buffy. That goes just wide. A great start for First Class, really keeping 0-1 grounded.
And I tell you what, keep an eye out on Flitz. My guy is an absolute air dribble bump merchant. I actually got to host and cast him on my channel in a show match about a month back, maybe like 3 weeks ago. And my goodness, this guy, air dribble bump after air dribble bump, so beautiful. Some call it cringe. I absolutely love to see it, but I'm interested to see, if he's going to be able to implement that into threes. We know that's much more of a ones tactic and twos as well. And not you don't get as many opportunities to do it in 3, but I would certainly expect to see it from him because my goodness, that's such a great tool to have in your bag.
Yeah, and this is the Flitz that was previously of Game & Gladiators, of Little Step Bros, of the Pittsburgh Knights, of so many high-level rosters. He knows what it's like to play at this level. He was on Fallmate as well. That's a team he was very successful on. Again, he's teamed up with Tool and with Angel. You couldn't ask for a really much of a stronger team here in this bracket, 0-1. Again, a lot of experience here, Angel and Tool. Specifically Tool, I remember having been on Team Accelerate in the past for the RLCS, was into a lot of those main events matchups. First Class right now, again, have a tough matchup ahead of them, but they've beaten this team before. Back out and actually had Astro instead of Flitz. Is Flitz going to be the difference maker for this 0-1 team? We'll have to wait and find out.
And I think he certainly could be. And I tell you what, the question has been answered. I was wondering if they were going to come in, a bit cold after getting that sweep and waiting so long on that Game 5, but doesn't really seem to be the case here. 5-up, going ground to air. Oh, and Tool gets beat. This is not good. 5-up, looking to line up that double tap. He does so well. Good clear up the backboard by Angel. Now Tool using that backboard as well. Oh, Decky gets the pop. 5-up was looking to take it from him. Now Buffy back in a tough spot. Needs to find this double, and that was a well-placed double tap off the sidewall right there, Sporty. If he didn't find that touch, that might have just been a goal the other way.
And that is the kind of play, those are the things you don't talk about, the intangibles, the things that you don't see on the scoreboard but really make a difference. Well, here's something you can't see on the scoreboard. It's a goal from Angel, and 0-1, while they may have had to deal with the annoyance of First Class, they get that first goal here. It's slow but sure, and that is just a perfectly placed shot from Angel.
And I don't want to see First Class, kind of get content. This is a little bit reminiscent of last series where, they're not finding a lot of offense. They're not playing that normal First Class pace to start the series. And, even though they were able to come back and get a dominant victories, Game 4 and 5, against Oreo, I don't think 0-1 is going to make it quite as easy on him.
And 0-1, again, I think this is a much stronger team than Oreo, and, well, I think they've already proven that here with just how well they're really keeping First Class's offense at bay. First Class, well, they do get their chances. There's always an answer from 0-1. There's always an answer from someone. As Flitz here to the midfield, and I get past Deck, but Deck will fake challenge him. And that means 0-1 will have to give up on that play. In fact, it's going to be Deck who's still on the ball, looking for the infield chance. Here comes Buffy, that one. Collision in front of the net, but it's still 0-1's goal. Somehow it works. They won't ask how. They'll only ask how many. And right now, that answer is 2.
I love that. He said they won't ask how, they'll only ask how many. And it was the recovery. I believe it was Tool right there. Catches 5 up, just absolutely slipping as third man. You know, again, it's another time that would have loved to see him just throw in a fake challenge, or not even challenge right there. Just turn in that shadow save position, because they were massively overcommitted. And that's something that, you know, we haven't seen quite a bit out of First Class today, but the few times we have seen it, they have been absolutely punished. Flitz finds the pop on net. Buffy is there to deny. Deck looking to clear it out. Gonna find the double. Might got a flip reset off that touch, but gonna let 5 up take over. Angel gets in the way. Buffy, you see the sense of urgency coming out of First Class here. They know under a minute left, down 2. This game one so important. They need to find a goal here and now, Sporty.
Yeah, this is a team they swept in the past. It feels like this will not go that same way here for First Class, as they've got to make work happen quickly. 5 up. No goals for him or his team, and that's a bit of a scary sight here for First Class when 5 up is getting very few chances. Now Deck beat by Flitz. Touchdown for Tool, but that's a miss in the midfield. 0-1 still have it, but First Class will take those challenges. Tool looking for Angel, and now the space is coming out here from First Class, trying to outpay them. Buffy off the corner. Still no chances for First Class. 0-1 always have someone waiting, always have someone in the right position every single time. And they're just putting themselves in the right place for success. Game 1 will end just like that. 0-1, perfect positioning. First Class cannot break through them.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. You hit the nail on the head right there. Just great positioning, great rotations out of 0-1. And we see here, you know, they actually outshot him First Class with 7 shots to only 6 for 0-1, but 6 saves for 0-1. So all but 1 shot attempt to First Class was saved. And, you know, I don't think 0-1 need to necessarily worry about outshooting First Class. If they can just hold them to, you know, under 10, that means First Class is not playing their game, right? They're not playing at their pace. They're not playing how they want to play. And 0-1 really forcing them to play their game, which we need to see First Class adjust and find that offense, find that high-octane offense, as we know they love so much and they find so much success in.
First Class want to play fast. 0-1 has done perfectly at just not letting them do that.
Yep.
In any way, shape, or form. Again, this team with Flitz kind of added in. It's a team that is exceptionally scary, that a lot of people are saying should make that main event tomorrow. Again, with these teams, they will get, you know, this chance to do it. If they lose, they'll get another one in the lower bracket, but nobody wants to be there. Here we go into game number 2. First Class got shut out last game. Their offense absolutely taken away from them, and now they've got to find a way to break through 0-1. Whether it be physical, whether it be through those solo plays, whether it be through passes, they've got to find something that will work, because right now, nothing has helped them out.
And you know, I'm a huge fan of the physical play, and once I said it last series, they started to use it, and it really worked in their advantage. So would certainly love to see them kind of up that physicality, start to use those bumps, those demos to their advantage. But also would just love to see, you know, them kind of lock in early here, as Deck does just that. A little bit of a misread here from Angel. Tries to use his flip to get to this, find the clear, doesn't get the touch. Deck, big brain, actually plays the miss right there, which is such a hard task to do. Reads it perfect. First Class not only get their first lead, they find their first goal here.
They find it in a great position. First Class 0-1, a demo down there. Here comes 5 up. Oh, what a great dribble from him. In fact, trying to see if he can get the dunk on Tool. He does. This one's bouncing in the midfield. Deck, and that needs to go in. No questions about it. That's a huge missed opportunity for First Class. And one, a Deck. If Deck didn't even go, that's a goal for First Class. He had a player behind him, but he got a bit too greedy for it. And that's going to be a chance that First Class will not get back again. But they might make a new one here. Down the field, 5 up. Off the back wall, second touch. Stopped by Angel. And 0-1. Again, just trying to keep things slow and calm. And First Class are trying to make them feel a little bit more panicked with this new pace.
Doing a good job of it, but 5 up finds himself back in a 1v1. Good controlled first touch, able to grab the boost, gets the pop around, and now 5 up just one more to beat. And he'll have beaten the whole team. Tries to come off the ceiling for the ground pinch. Can't quite find it. Flitz. Working the other way. Oh, able to get the... I don't know how right there. He got it over. Angel got the demo. I was confused for a moment how Flitz was able to find the demo. Now Angel, round the air. 5 up, going to go up. Good. Great job of Angel there to kind of switch that pace up. A little bit of a change up there. Flitz on target. Oh, and the redirect from Tool. Big brain play. They tie it up.
And that is a beautiful play from Tool. They asked for it, they needed it, and Tool will give it to them. A little redirect in front of that. It may not be a very, very fast shot, but it works for 0-1 just on how unexpected it was for First Class. And now, well, it's anybody's game once again.
Oh, and Buffy just goes absolutely flying by that cheat. Nobody's going to be back here. Look, they got lucky. There was too much power on that clear. Flitz would have had an open net. Now 5 working off the backboard. Flip reset, Merchant, can he find the dunk? No. Good, well-placed clear there from Tool. Deck going to take over, working off the ceiling, but again, Angel here's it right behind him, and that's a few times in a row that First Class looking for that dunk as, oh no, 5 ups past the deck, just misread Buffy. Back off the backboard, 5 ups there, banger on target, they regain the lead.
That's what you need for a team. When you go and you give up a goal like that, you've got to respond, and this is how you see First Class respond. Just increasing the demos, increasing the pace, increasing the pressure until your defense breaks under you. That's a response that they need, is a response they'll get, and it's a lead here for First Class in this series.
Can keep that pressure on from midfield. Still about half a game left here in game 2. The pass to 5 up on target. Flitz makes the save. A little bit of chaos happening in front of the net here for 0-1 as Buffy does find the waterfall. 5 up, open net. He's not going to squander that one. And I'm glad, Sporty. Last time we didn't see them really, start to warm up until game 4. This time they dropped game 1. Didn't look like themselves, but really looking like that First Class we know and love early here in game 2. But still 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
Yeah, don't talk too soon. We know 0-1 can make that those adjustments and change things up. And in fact, they almost did it there. Buffy, he's got to be careful. Almost own goal on his own net. 0-1. Trying to make chances. Angel. Flitz. Big touch off the back wall. 5 up will call for it. And there's a lot of passivity here from 0-1. This is a defensive roster. And they really aren't trying to play up to First Class at this point. And I do worry if that might be hurting them here as Angel trying to put a long shot on. But again, this just is a really defensive style from 0-1, and I don't know how much longer they can play that way against First Class, because First Class are just going to waste out time if this is what 0-1 want to do.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I think they can't get too complacent, and right now is the time for them to kind of find that sense of urgency. Under 90 seconds left. They're down 2, so, that is just one insurance goal, but we know what First Class is capable of, how quickly they can score as Deck dodges the demo, pinches it off his own post to make the save, and we might be seeing just that, as I said, a sense of urgency coming out of 0-1. Oh, but an open net.
It's open for Buffy. That's going to go in. Another for First Class, 0-1. Sent everybody up, knew they needed to get goals at some point. This starts from a really good play from Deck, who gets the beat on Angel there, and First Class, again, this is a classy play from them. A huge response in game 2. And when they win, man, they win dominantly.
Yeah.
No questions about it. It can be really tough to take down a team who just scores like this on a dime. But for 0-1, a lot of this just comes down from the fact that their playstyle kind of invites this kind of style of play against them. It invites First Class to play aggressively. And First Class, they already play quite aggressively. That is perfectly acceptable for them.
Yep, couldn't agree more as 5 was looking for the flip reset off the double tap attempt there. Wanted to grab the flip reset and actually go for a triple tap. It looked. Deck testing the backboard. Right now, 0-1 do survive. 5 up off the backboard as well. Buffy, 1, 2, 3, finds the double tap. Flitz, good little half flip save there, but 23 seconds left. First Class looking to take this one, and you said it perfectly. When they win in dominant fashion, and that's something I would like to see out of 0-1 moving forward. We're going to need to see a little more on the outlet pass as Buffy. Let's find the flip reset. 7 seconds left. First class gonna tie this series up. We essentially have a best of 3 here moving forward, Sporty.
Yeah, and for 0-1, they may have taken game 1, but first class, there's a reason they swept this 0-1 team in draw 5 closed qualifiers. And that reason is because of the playstyle differences. First class want offense, 0-1 like to play defense, and that is not a good combination for 0-1 to play against.
No, I agree with you here. As we see, they're outshot 9-6, so not a real big difference. 5-4 on the saves, so pretty similar, both shot and save wise. But I agree with you, and I think the one big adjustment that they can make is trying to kind of seamlessly transition from that defense into offense via those midfield outlet passes, and kind of punish first class for being so aggressive, which we saw has worked against them. It even worked for 0-1 last game. But yeah, they got to be careful. They can't get complacent and just kind of play that back and forth battle from midfield until somebody makes a mistake, because that's an easy way to give first class the momentum. And once they have that momentum, it's very hard to take the wind out of their sails.
And for 0-1, might be a message to them here. First class, again, for 0-1, first class are going to just be that counter for them. They have to change things up. Really, I want to see them just do a whole playstyle change. I know it's going to be tough for them, but defensively, if they are waiting for chances, they're not going to come. They're not going to come from them. They can't wait for the player from first class to break down. It's just not going to happen easily. You got to do it yourself. We saw Oreo. When they waited, that's what first class love to see. They love to see teams wait for them to make mistakes, because they're just not going to make mistakes unless you force it out of them. The errors that first class make are from panic plays. And 0-1, that's their job, to make first class awkward, as here comes Angel with the dribble. A really good start. That one's on. Saved by 5-Up. Look for himself, Flitz. Gets faked by 5-Up. 5-Up now. Down the field, but Tool will get it away. And here comes Flitz. We're at the demo. So much defense from Flitz. It's over the series reset. Well, what's he going to do in this series? Right now, he's just going to solidify that back line for 0-1. Without Flitz, this series could be a lot worse for them.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And, he's a big ones player, so he's going to be comfortable in those 1v1s, in those 2v1s on the back line. But I don't think he realized how much of an opportunity he just had there, as he kind of just bangs that wide. Certainly could have either taken possession or, found the net with that touch. I'm sure he wants that one back, but he might have another opportunity. He does beat all 3 members here. Buffy going to have a free ball in the corner. Has the boost, so he doesn't grab that corner. Looks like the opposition does the pass to Deck. It's on, but Flitz, you said it. He's the defensive backbone right now. Big time save.
And he's been making those all series long. It's just the first time we've really mentioned about him. Without him, 0-1, man, this would be a tough series for them, but it's not like it isn't tough already, even with this one, because here comes Buffy. He beats out Flitz, and first class have first strike.
And what a beautiful solo play there from Buffy. 5-Up actually with the go-ahead, playing that fullback, going for that bump. And even though I believe Flitz, he might not have bumped him, but oftentimes just the threat of the bump, or the presence, in the opposition's net, throws him off enough to leave an open net. And we saw just that. Buffy does not squander the opportunity, and they're looking to attack again. And I have to agree with you, Sporty. They cannot get comfortable just playing on defense here, or we're going to see a lot more of this, as Deck makes it 2-0.
Class, again and again, they're just out pressuring 0-1.
Yeah.
First class have no problems playing offense. That's what they want to play. They want to play offense. They want to play aggressive 0-1. We need to see something change for them. I need to see them prioritize and use that defense for the midfield rather than their goal line, because that's where they can really hold this first-class team back, is in that midfield. If they can, stay up there, stay up that upfield, and just play that midfield defensive game, that's what I think that defense can really be usable for, not on their goal line, because first class are just too good at scoring to play that far back.
Yeah, could not agree with you more, as Angel does find a nice flip reset, though. And I tell you what, to add to that, I think on offense, they got to use a little more teamwork. I think they're relying a little too much on solo plays, and that's not causing any panic out of first class. And once they're able to remain composed, you already know they're going to be looking for those counterattacks. They need to force chaos on that side, and we already know those quick infield passes. That's what's going to do it.
Angel looking for Flitz, not on, but a follow from Tool, and Deck has somehow pre-jumped to that one. Yeah, I mean, it's defense versus defense. We've seen what Flitz can do. Deck trying to one-up him on that back line, and it's a great save. Oh, that is not a great play from Deck. It's open for Tool, and it's in for Tool. Maybe I talked a bit too much about Deck, because as soon as I say something good about him, something bad happens. He misses this off the sidewall. 0-1 have cut that lead first class in half.
And that's got to be a breath of fresh air for him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was their first goal since they won game one. They won game 1 2-0, but then they lost. Yep. No, they had one goal last game. They did have one goal last game, but that's still been their first goal, I mean, in about the last 5 or 6 minutes of playtime. So it has to be a breath of fresh air for 0-1, but Deck looking to bring it back. Nice flick. Buffy going to pinch it off the backboard, and I'm not sure where 5-up was. A little back in rotation. That's not something we typically see. We know they like to stay aggressive. Deck gets the flip reset at mid. Good scoop right on target. Nice save from Angel. Buffy looking for the pass over to 5-up, but 5-up playing the 50 behind him, and now Deck in a tough 1v1. Lucky for him, Angel didn't have much boost there, so that's going to be an easy save.
But yeah, 0 boost 1v1. Oh, but that's not going to be funny for first class. It's Angel. Pull out the protractors and go back to geometry. We've got to calculate just how tough that angle was, because that is a very tight place to put that ball.
Absolutely, and not to mention around 5-up. I mean, just being wide open and finding that angle is tough enough, but with, you know, one of the best players in the game with a hand up in your face trying to block it, beautiful play there. And I tell you what, this really shows the mental of 0-1. So many teams could have easily been down on themselves right now, you know, after dropping game 2 and then going down 2-0 here, everything going against them, but they have really stepped it up. 5-up. Great job there to bail out his team. Buffy, little redirect back to 5-5. Gonna take control for the quick flick. He does find it around, but Tool's there to deny it. Pass it right to Flitz. Flitz gets a little bit ahead of himself, but I told you, he's an air dribble bump merchant. My goodness, he turned that. I love that. Was beautiful, Sporty. He turned that bad play into something good, and that's something, you know, that just makes him so dangerous.
Makes him dangerous. It makes him scary. But now he's got to use it again in front of the net. There's a play in front. It's a shot from Angel, and it's a goal for 0-1 inside the final minutes. And 0-1, after being 2 goals down, are now 1 goal up.
And that was all on Tool right there. I mean, great patience as well, but he sees they have the 2v1, chases that demo. 5-up still almost somehow dodges it, finds the squishy save, but too little, too late, and just like that, first class battling back. 30 seconds left. We know they're not going to need to be told to find a sense of urgency as Buffy. Oh, I don't think he thought it was going to be so open. Big opportunity squandered there.
Pace a little too fast for them. They've got another chance though. Buffy dribble 1-on-1 with Tool. That's kept out of the nets. Here comes 5-up. Dex in the midfield, but it will be cleared away. First class, can they keep it alive for this last second? Flitz wants it down. Buffy. Oh, he's going to keep this one going. Flitz doesn't get that one to Deck. Deck off the back wall, leaving it in front for 5-up. Maybe a double. Yes, it is. In front for Buffy. That's cleared away. Deck trying to keep it alive. Missed there. That's going to end that game. 0-1 are on match point.
Oh, my goodness. And again, not quite the same as last series, but first class find themselves in the same exact position. They need to win 2 games in a row. We saw that really light a fire under them last series, but we know 0-1, a little bit of a step up, in my opinion, to Oreo. So I know 0-1 not going to make it as easy. And I tell you what, they stole that game right there, Sporty. They were down 2-0. They were seeming to really struggle to find any type of offense, but Angel specifically really stepped it up, brought him back in. First class have their work cut out for him here.
Clear-cut opportunities, but the ones they do get, they will make sure they go in. They will make sure they count. 0-1. Again, they lost these guys only 2 events ago to get sent to that lower bracket in this exact same situation. Now they're looking for that revenge, and they're only 1 game away from completing it.
They're going to be tough, though. We see here again, first class, 9 shots, 9-9. So pretty dead even right there. But I believe it was 7 to 8 on the saves there. I could be wrong on that, but regardless, we're headed into game number 4. Will First Class win games 4 and 5 in back-to-back series to move on to day 3, or will we see them drop down to that loser bracket? And I tell you what, it starts here and now, Sporty. The question is, can 5UP put the team on his back again like he did against Oreo in our previous series?
We'll have to see if he can do it. A great start for them. That's almost gone in from Angel on that ground double. 5UP now. Bump on Tool. Tool left with no boost. Angel now got a chance back the other way. Just immediate solo efforts going for Zero2One. Looking to intimidate First Class, but First Class, they've had them hit with that before. Here's another clear from Flitz. Angel, another big beat. It's a couple plays for Angel. He's just faster than 5UP at this point. Now he's going to go again. 5UP. Only one touch. Now he can get a second. Won't be able to get through Flitz, and Zero2One is just trying to solo play, bully their way through First Class. Hasn't been all that successful just yet, but only time will tell if it will continue to be fruitless. I don't think it will be staying that way for long, though, because, I mean, they are finding their ways through First Class quite quickly.
Yeah, looking for a very unconventional back pass there. Buffy's got to be careful. He is beat by Angel. Tool's there. Tool with the big fake, calculated fake right there. We're seeing the big brain play. My goodness, Zero2One picking up right where they left off after that second half of game number 3.
It's perfect for them. A little fake in front. Zero2One again. New addition in Flitz, and they're trying to make things happen that way. Defense definitely going to be a step up, and definitely something they're going to focus on. But offense is what they're focusing on right here. A pass in midfield. No doubt about it. Tools on the end of it.
A great play from Flitz there coming off the ceiling. Beautiful control, beautiful pass, and we've seen them really start to up the teamwork, which is not necessarily passing plays, but they're upping the bumps, you know, the go-ahead bumps, the passing plays, all of that, and they're really starting to give First Class a lot of trouble. The silver lining, though, of course, here, pretty much an entire game left to play. So First Class, you know, not strangers to adversity like this, but they need to really pick it up. They need to grab that momentum back and find some more offense, because we already know if they're stuck on defense too long, they typically are not very successful. As once again, Tool going for that go-ahead bump. Buffy trying to bail him out. Easy open net here, though, and once again, the bumping, that fullback, running back dynamic working so well here for Zero2One.
Try to get itself. It didn't. Defender moves, and in comes Flitz through the carnage on the field. Zero2One with a third goal. They're not just. It's not just 0-1. It's 0-1 to 2 to 3, and now they're leading by so many goals. And that was a terrible joke. I wish I didn't make that. That was terrible.
Hey, sometimes that's what it's all about, right? Flitz working the other way, trying to just bully the whole squad. You said it earlier. They've been doing a great job of that, of just first man absolutely bullying their way through. And what that does, not only does it, you know, find their way through first or second defender, but when they can also find a 50 on the third man, I mean, it's nearly impossible. I'm very surprised First Class able to keep that one out, but they need to change something here and now, Sporty, as they're down 3-0, half a game left. Buffy looking for 5UP. Flitz. Again, that defensive backbone, huge defensive stand there.
And 0-1, Flitz to Angel, and that's going to be another shot. Here's one from Tool. That one bouncing in front. That was shot 9 from 0-1. First Class only have 1 on their side. This could not be any more dominant. Here comes Angel. There is it. A 4th goal. 0-1. Dominant in game 4.
And we've seen the adjustments. You know, I think they were listening into the expert analyst Sporty FC, and they say, you know what? He's saying that we cannot get complacent. We cannot just play defensively. We need to up our offense. And it seems like that's the exact adjustment that they've made. They have went up the aggression massively, as I believe that was Flitz that just dodged the demo, came off the ceiling for that clear there. But yeah, they've upped the aggression. I tell you what, it is giving First Class tremendous trouble, but they finally find the board with an absolute dime from Buffy here. He finds Deck. Beautiful outlet pass. The demo from 5UP at midfield helped as well. They bring it back within 3. Tall task, uphill battle for sure, but if they can find another goal pretty quickly, they might be right back in this game.
It might be, and I wouldn't be too surprised. And wow, what a goal that is. A goal that couldn't have come at much better of a time for them. here as 2 minutes left. This one, I'm saying that's going to be pinched away. Wait
Oh.
a second. No way that's a pass to Tool. Oh, that could not have been any more fortunate for 0-1. A 5th goal, and quite a strange one at that. A pinch clear from Angel, and Tool says thank you very much. An open net for him.
Quite a strange goal indeed, and that has to certainly be demoralizing, on the side for first class, because they had a lot of pressure right there. They were looking to bring it back within 2, and then just a bizarre pinch off the post leads to a wide open net, and especially Tool was out of boost, trying desperately to rotate back. He was in a terrible position, but it worked out perfectly for him. But never mind, Buffy finds the pass from Deck. He brings it back within 3. They got 99 seconds left here. So we potentially will see maybe a kickoff strategy here or something sporty, but they need to find a goal here in about the next 15 to 20 seconds to make this comeback realistic.
Yeah, exactly what you mean. And what I really liked about that is, again, the bumps coming out. Deck, as soon as he gets that pass, he's not leaving the play. He's not done just yet. He's going to make sure he gets a bump on one of those players and removes them from the situation. First class, looking for that chance there off the back wall. Buffy, oh, it's a great clear down the field. Flitz will find it though, and he's going to send it straight to Tool. 0-1, keeping great communication around the field, and they're also making sure that communication allows them to keep the ball away, but 5 up. Maybe trying to find an infield pass. Buffy, Angel, first to it. Tool, gonna get a bump in there, but Angel's and a boost. He's only gonna have that corner to work with. Maybe an infield pass. He's actually found Flitz there. 0-1, almost got a chance from that one. The bumps, the passes, everything. They're just trying to make sure that they use it to waste time at this point.
They've done a fantastic job of it, specifically Tool. This man has made it his mission to just be a schoolyard bully. He has been bumping, demoing, pushing everybody around. He kind of gets a taste of his own medicine there, but 35 seconds left. Flitz off the backboard. Deck. Gonna go ground to air here into a bump himself. Beautiful play there, and Buffy once again takes the assist from Deck. All of a sudden the comeback is real, but only 29 seconds left. Again, would really love to see some type of kickoff strategy here from first class to either score quickly or immediately find some type of offense.
That was a lot of time for them just to get that one goal. It took them about a minute to do so. They don't have a minute left. In fact, they almost had that one go in. Deck looking for Buffy. Very quickly back in with that one. Pinch just high. In comes Tool. Buffy's going to keep that out. Scary sights for first class. It's a risky game. They had to play a risky game here. This one bouncing. Buffy. Gonna get through Flitz. Deck. A long shot. 5 up. Bump there. Flitz now getting kicked out of the play, but this one will end. The game is over. The series is done. 0-1. Welcome to Championship Sunday. A 3-1 win over first class. A match that must feel so good. Revenge could not have tasted any sweeter for them.
Yep, you said it right there. That was revenge. They got swept by them in the draw 5. Dropped down to that lower quarter, that loser bracket. So they get it back in blood here in the draw 7. That has to feel good for them. But I tell you what, I feel bad for anybody who has to face off against first class in that lower bracket. Gonna be super tough. We do have our next matchup right now. It will be in-person university taking on special forces. We are going to take a very, very quick break, and we'll be right back with that one. I believe.
Uh-oh. Did Zen...
Oh, I'm sorry. I was lagging a little bit there. My apologies. I didn't know what happened, but we are back. So we are going to take a very, very quick break. When we come back, we will be taking the lower quarterfinals, in-person university taking on special forces. We'll be right back after a very short break.
you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? I have an open invitation, but you're telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. Some Chardonnay, we camp in the parking lot. Leave traces of plastic cups. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? So what the So
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are about to get ready for our last matchup of the day. This will be the lower quarterfinals, so only a best of three. We have in-person university taking on special forces. We're not going to take too long, so we're going to go ahead and pull those rosters up. Have my man Sporty here go over those, and then we're going to get in the matchup.
Yeah, in-person university. By the way, they're the ones on the left. I know they both have the same logo, so I'll do. But yeah, in-person's on the left. In this screen, and they're taking on special forces who are on the right. Both these teams having had to fought through the open qualifiers to get to this point, come into this day, and both of them got sent to the record in sweeps. Special forces getting swept by Hebro, who have now made it to the main event, and in-person getting swept by Flight in that second round, who have also made it to the main event. Now they go against each other to take on Nefarious, who is waiting for the winner. Nefarious Adam Knight Drew, definitely waiting on that one. But in-person university, special forces already going to join into this one. A best of three, as you mentioned. Winner will have a chance at that main event. Loser is out. This series really determines everything. Like, no lives left for these rosters, and so they have to tread quite carefully.
Absolutely everything on the line here, and you mentioned it earlier. You know, a best of three. That's not a long time. That's not a long series here. So game one, ever so important, but even more so here in a best of three. So really expect whatever team can come out dominant, grab that momentum first, has a much more likely chance of taking this series and moving forward in this losers bracket.
Well, we'll see just who can do it. Special forces did lose in that first round to Hebro. In-person university, a team that got a bit more fortunate of a start with their win, but again, they lost in that second round. Both these teams want to make it to that main event. It's not an easy thing to do when you've got so many scary teams in this bracket as well. But here comes a really good pass to Innocence, and Special Forces quickly in. Innocence, that could not have been placed any better in that bottom right corner.
A beautiful play there, Wova trying to get back, trying to get a hand on it. Too little, too late. And Special Forces going to start off the scoring. And I tell you, you said it, neither side having an easy time so far. You know, Hey Bro, I believe that's Hockey Creams and Wavy. We know that's such a talented squad. Wavy being, you know, one of those players really to keep an eye on. He farms my tournaments quite a bit. He wins a lot of those. Had him and Chronic actually on the channel about a week back. A big show match, looking to set that one back up, but it's not going to get easier from here. And you know, starting off with Hey Bro, I think that's very tough. So hopefully their mental isn't too bad after getting swept, and they're able to take this win here. Dribs going to take it back into his corner. Good control. He is getting crowded though. Good challenge here. A little backflip from Wova, but Dribs will be there to bail him out.
It's just really good plays from Special Forces, wanting to dribble this ball around the field, or really using those channels through that midfield. It's either through the direct center of the field or through that side wall, going straight to the field. No questions. They're not trying to hide anything. They're just trying to go through you. Literally, they're trying to go through you here, just out of those lines. But look at this from in-person university, getting those challenges, meeting Special Forces to the play. Wova to Parson. That's wide as Dribs will keep it controlled, and we'll get flicked out, but he did get bumped there by Process, who did go for that near post rotation. A awkward play for Special Forces. They still get it out, but they'll hope not to create too many of those errors for themselves, because you know, at some point, if they make those mistakes again, it will be a goal for in-person university, and well, they're only up by 1 at this point.
And you know they're gonna want an insurance goal, especially with pretty much half a game left here. I will say, in person, starting to knock on the door a bit right as I say it. Inno able to find the clear out. Parson looking to pick his pocket, but they were very in unison on that double commit right there. TNT, that's smart of him. I like that right there, Sporty. He just saw his team double committed, so puts a quick one on target to buy some time. The counterattack from Dribs, though, denied by Wova. TNT finds the long clear on net. Dribs going to pick up a savior medal here. Only 3 minutes in. He's been big on defense. Nice pass to Process. Oh, and Process looking to dime Dribs back up, but a good job there of stuffing the passing lane from in person.
Look at that from TNT, getting past multiple players. Process dunked by Wova. In-person university, making this a lot faster, a lot more aggressive. Well, that shot won't work for them. Wova now sent right back into the play. TNT with a redirect, but that's going to go off to the back wall. That's an easy touch away from Process. Second touch given there, and Parson trying to keep it in, but well, it's just not going to be enough of work there for in-person. Here comes Special Forces midfield pass. Parson clears it back, and again, another quick play down the field. A lot of what Special Forces are trying to do is they're trying to play exceptionally in the face of Special Forces. They have succeeded in doing that, and in fact, they succeeded there. Oh, but that shot from Wova didn't get enough power on it. And here they go the other way for Special Forces. Again, only leading by 1. These plays on defense, while they are keeping them out, it does, you know, you can't help but feel a little bit nervous for them when this lead is just that close.
Absolutely. And you know, Wova squandered that opportunity. You know, he wanted that one back. We know what he's capable of. Certainly should have had a goal here. He does find the pass to TNT. TNT off the backboard to Parson. Parson gets cut off there. And that's something that both sides are doing a great job of. I've noticed early here in game 1 that they're not allowing these passing lanes as the redirect is on, but Parson, good patience and composure. 42 seconds left. In person needs to find the goal. They do have some offense here. TNT, beat by Inno. Inno headed the other way, but a great job of over there to make them awkward and not allow that counterattack to develop any further.
In a sense, thought he had that beat there, but it will not work for him. Special Forces at this point, they're in a bit of a dilemma. Do you play more defensive or do you play more aggressive? You take that risk to see if you can get that second goal, or do you wait back and see if time will be your friend here? It's a real tough ask. In-person university forcing them to stay back either way, as here comes Wova. TNT! And the 10 seconds left. In-person university! A miracle here in game 1.
Absolutely. They've been knocking on the door the last couple of minutes. Special Forces have just been, playing outstanding defense, but 10 seconds on the clock. We might just see an overtime here. Innocence. Oh, nice 50 in his corner. Look to stay with it, Wova. Good bump, TNT. And the scorer doesn't want overtime. Looking for Parson. Can't find him. Wova, crossbar. That was going to go in, Sporty, but it just touches the ground. We have overtime in game number 1.
But I had my hands on my head. I thought that was the game. I thought in-person university had that one. Here comes Wova, looking for another chance, but reset won't work. And Special Forces, man, that's a scare in the final seconds. Maybe they took this team a bit too easily, because here they come. TNT. Saved by Innocence. Process. Back to Innocence. Gets around Parson. He's got a great dribble for him. 50 with TNT. Special Forces trying to break through that midfield. Here's a chance for Tribs. Easily kept out by Wova. Right now, Special Forces, it just feels like they don't want to take that risk. They don't want to be close enough to these guys. They don't want to play in front of in-person university. And that kind of, sit back, let it happen play style. I mean, it works for a lot of teams, but I don't think at this level it's going to be what they want. They need to get up to in-person university and just, start to really create chances themselves instead of shooting from so far back.
We're looking for the clear. They're getting in that, kind of getting comfortable playing this tennis as we see another long clear. Well, it does turn into a pass. TNT. Oh, his shot is high. Nice save. But neither side wants to, play this tennis or ping pong where they're just banging it back and forth, waiting for a team to make a mistake. We need to see more team play, some chaos in front of the net for Special Forces. Great job. I believe it was Parson there to find the clear, but they're not out of the woods yet. It's TNT. Still there to smother Innocence. Finds the clear. It's going to be a pass to Process. Process, can he line up the double tap? He does! Oh my goodness, what a beautiful shot there, Sporty.
That was beautiful! Process off the back wall. No hesitation. Puts his nose squarely on that one. And Special Forces. That is a emphatic statement to end off game 1.
Emphatic indeed. And they almost got that game stolen from them, Sporty. They were leading the entirety of the game until 10 seconds left. In person, tie it up. 10 seconds on the clock. Had them absolutely battered down. Stuck on defense for so long, but Special Forces come back. Huge double tap. Beautiful play right there. They take the dub in game 1. Now they're just one away from moving forward.
Talking about those best of threes, man, they can end so quickly. You blink, a goal goes in, and that might be it for your whole tournament here in the lower brackets. In-person university now, with their backs against the wall, again, having just lost, in that upper round, 2 flight. They are, trying to kind of recover from that. They also got to recover from that first game loss. I got to get 2 in a row here in this best of 3. And, well, this is where it all starts. Game 2. Special Forces, if they win, they're playing against Nefarious for a spot in the main event. If they lose, they're out. They go to game 3, and they might be out, but that's a perfect start. Process only needed 2 seconds. Special Forces already up by 1.
and we talk about it quite a bit. I know, me and you do as well, but momentum is everything. And we know not only winning in overtime is such a momentum booster, but with such a crazy shot like that right now, Special Forces just feeling it, so much wind behind their cells. I expect them to really continue that, but we know in person not going to make that an easy task here. But in person need to score early, need to get themselves on the board and kind of snag that momentum, because it could be a very short night if they continue to allow Special Forces to feel so confident.
The way to do that is to get themselves in front of that net, to really kind of allow themselves to be aggressive, to maybe get in the faces of Special Forces who are going to play this way continuously. As that's a really good flip from Dribs. Is somebody back? It is. Wova is there. Well commit from In-Person University. Means there's going to be another chance coming from Special Forces. In a sense, flip reset. Looking at the dunk on TNT. Couldn't get it there. Process. Was looking for a pinch. Instead, he's got a 50 this one. To Dribs. Dunk from Parson as In-Person University. Gonna break their way through. But this midfield closed for business. Special Forces just delaying their play all over the place on offense. Just waiting for the chances to create themselves. They haven't seen it yet. But they could see it soon. Oh, that's a really good touch from Parson. And he'll clear it out. Innocence. The midfield. Dribs. Dunk on TNT. Maybe another chance can create itself here for Special Forces. But it's going to take them a while. It's going to take them a lot of work to get there. Because right now, In-Person University setting up a brick wall on defense that is just impenetrable.
Impenetrable indeed. Starting to be a little reminiscent of game number 1, where we saw an early score from Special Forces and then just a lot of back and forth, a lot of midfield battle as TNT. Job there to pick the pocket. Dribs does get back in time, does get his card privileges revoked for a moment. The pass to Parson. Parson, absolute banger, but it's just off the crossbar, and out the 4th defender of Special Forces, really stepping up right there.
And the game, a little bit more fortunate to Special Forces as Process flip reset got out on Wova. He's made the block there, but in every single play coming in as double demo from In-Person University. They are really getting aggressive at this point, looking for anything to break through this team. And sometimes that means literally breaking through this team. Special Forces gotta be careful. They gotta be on their toes. Gotta keep their camera on a swivel, because In-Person University are gonna make them fight just to keep themselves alive.
And I thought Wova using his flip, they got to be careful flipping out in front of the net as Parson air dribble bump attempt. Good job, big save there by Inno. But he made me forget what I was gonna say as TNT finds the net, ties it up. This time they're not as much of a fan of the theatrics. Last time they waited for 10 seconds on the clock to do it. But TNT, beautifully placed shot there. Parsons got a hand on it. Process got a hand on it, but too little, too late. We're all tied up. Still about half a game left here.
And what really play there for TNT was just the pace and the quickness that he did it. It was not a beautiful shot. It was not a perfect shot, but the fact that he made it so quickly against a team that wasn't really set up for it, that was perfect. But that's an even better play. Special Forces just diced up the defense. Dribs, the Process. Dribs, this is just like a playground for him. This is free play, and he just gets around everybody so easily.
Yep, and that's something, that's so dangerous in threes. When you can not only beat the first defender, but beat the second and sometimes the third, my goodness, that is the teammate you want alongside you on the pitch. It makes your job so easy, as we saw. Easy open net for his teammate there, but the counterattack, Parson, beautiful shot. Dribs keeps it out, counterattack the other way. Beautiful outlet pass from that save there.
We'll find another clear. Wova. The TNT, that's a really good touch to Parson! Trying to split the defense, but that's saved by Process. Now he's gonna go down the field. No touch there. Now he makes it, and he just got a net in front of him to shoot at there. A bit of a light defensive structure from In-Person who let him walk into that one. But they are gonna get it out here with Wova. Parson, dunks by Dribs. And here comes Innocence, the dribble. Trying to get the bump on TNT. Special Forces playing close quarters combat. And this is really making In-Person University extremely awkward. They do not like how close Special Forces is playing to them.
Man, I love you. Hit the nail on the head as Innocence finds the pass. I believe it was Wova. Didn't get credited for a save there. That was certainly a save. Parson off the ceiling again, looking for TNT. Innocence does deny, but Wova had some time on the ball. I bet he wanted to get that pop-up a little higher for that ground to air dribble. Parson taking control at mid. Does get dunked. Process He's going to fake, snag the boost, take his time. That's something we've seen from Process a few times now. Big dunk in mid by Wova. Innocence. Taking his time. Finds long clear out to Dribs Parson. There to pick the pocket. The big bump. It's going to leave the open net. And the big brain bump here. That was the reason they scored.
TNT infiltrates the defense. And he has his eyes on Process. And he just removes any ability for Special Forces to get back to that one. Well, you may have said they're not really a big fan of theatrics then, Zero. 41 seconds left. They've tied this game up. I would call that pretty theatrical, if I do say so myself. In-person University. They're not done with just that goal. They want another. Flip reset from Parson. Ribs will send it out. And what I love about In-person University, they do not let any of these goals really affect them. This is a team that is hard, rock solid on mentality. But here comes Process. Right through the defense. A bad touch from TNT. And Process will put that one in. Special Forces lead by 1 again.
And a great job, the timing right there from Process. He had a defender. He had the opposition right on him, ready for the 50, but he slows it down just enough to get around him. TNT could not recover in time. Wova for that tying goal, but it's an easy save for Dribs. Parson, they continue to attack. Looks for the pass to TNT. Good job of Innocence to stuff that passing lane. Now Wova working off his backboard. Only 10 seconds left, and they have to find a goal here. They did score in the last 10 seconds of the last game. Parson up to TNT. TNT, this is going to waterfall down. TNT gets extra touch. Wova has it. It's on. Wova! Big time shot there. You said it. I was wrong. They are absolutely fans of theatrics here. What a 0-second goal.
At 0 seconds, when the time was done, they find the goal they need, and we're going to overtime again in this game. We saw one last time. It was Special Forces who took it with a great play through that double tap off that back wall. Now In-person University, if they can score, this is them moving on to Game 3 and potentially a chance to take down Special Forces as Dribs, Innocence, what a touch across, but nobody there as Parson gonna demo Dribs as well. TNT with a dribble. Solo play from TNT. Gets past one. He's bumped into it. Process doesn't like it. Wova. Flip reset. Off the back wall. Dribs will send it away. TNT now. Double tap attempt. That's gone wide. He was looking for Wova across the field. But In-person University will have to give up there. Process. Gonna get through Parson. In-person. Again, that mentality of this team. I mentioned it before. And I'll mention it again. This is just a team that is just stone cold right now. Of no emotion shown. They're letting their gameplay speak for themselves.
What a save from Parson there. They're not out of trouble yet. TNT, the upfield, it's going to be open, and Parson will take the upfield pass. My goodness. In-person University. Take game number 2. Force a game 3 here. And if we rewind just a few minutes, Sporty, I thought Special Forces had this one in the bag. The huge 0-second goal into the overtime win. I tell you what, they got a lot of momentum headed into Game 3, does In-person University.
They do, and really a lot of it just comes from the kind of the matters of these games. They're scoring very late, and yet it doesn't seem to faze them too much, no matter how many goals Special Forces puts on them. In-person University always seem to have that response ready. A 0-second goal, what a time to have it. And now, that goal has just kept them in this tournament. Only one game left, and winner of this is moving on to play Nefarious. Loser is out of the draw, 7.
And that's why we see this intensity here, because they know the loser is gone. And I tell you what, they are trying to get me to pop my stitches. I had my wisdom teeth removed 3 days ago, so I knew I couldn't get overly hyped during this. But my goodness, they said, nah, Zen, forget those stitches. They're gone. We are going to make you yell. We're going to make you be excited, because this gameplay absolutely unmatched. And oh my goodness, Innocence taking the dime from Dribs to start it off here. 5 seconds in, they're looking to grab that momentum right back. And 3 games in a row, Sporty, Special Forces start off our scoring.
And this is not an uncommon way they do it. They always love those really low and fast info passes right in front of the net. They did it last game to take the lead at one point. They did it again, and now for kickoff, Innocence! Oh, what a block from TNT. Just barely enough to keep it out as Process, second touch. Oh, what a touch there, looking for Innocence, trying to get the bump, but In-person University bumped themselves instead. Dribs, gonna go for the sidewall, Wova, waiting for it, and Special Forces coming in with a lot of confidence, a lot of pace, and a lot of plays right directly to that corner. trying to find those info passes that can work for them. We know it's worked for them before, but they're trying to specifically focus on that at this point in this game. As Innocence, again, heading from that side wall. TNT blocks it. Dribs in the corner. Process waiting. Pass to him. That's not in, but a follow-up sure to come from Process. But it's just too slow. Parson demoed, but it is going to be kept out here by In-Person University. And the corners for Special Forces, their target right now, but it's only worked for them once this game inside this first minute of gameplay.
Starting to see both sides really up the physicality, and I will say In-Person really upping the teamwork as well, and I love to see it. They just haven't found each other quite yet, as Wova going to be in a tough spot here. A nice pop-up, Wova. Oh, what a read. No boost left in the tank, but when he found that touch, that really surprised me. TNT beat by Drips. Wova going to play in the corner, actually off the backboard. No boost, though. Going to need to get bailed out. Parson does do just that. Process right back on top of him, though, and again, the demos, the bumps, just left and right from both sides here.
Wova still stuck on 0 boost. He's getting starved out here, but he does get that shot. Kept away as TNT to the back corner.
Was dangerous.
In-Person University. Oh, and TNT didn't like that play at all. He was going to get bumped if he jumped off the wall. He had to wait for his teammate to come in. Oh, look at this. They've got that dribble. Demoed by Innocence. Process. Special Forces. They've been able to lead by 1, but they really need another goal. I think, at least, to really kind of feel comfortable, because so far, those 1-goal leads, we've seen what happens when they have a 1-goal lead. In-Person University, whenever the time gets lower and lower, that's when they are able to take these games themselves. And Special Forces are, well, they want to make sure they prevent any such opportunity to happen.
Yeah, you know, and if I'm In-Person University, I'm kind of taking notes on that, right? Because you said a mouthful right there. Whenever they're forced to kind of up that sense of urgency, they find the net time and time again. Is how Process just found a savior medal on that shot. I will never know. The teamwork TNT, just puts it wide. But In-Person, you know, once they up that sense of urgency, they're able to find the net time and time again. So would love to see them up that aggression and not kind of wait until the final moments, because when they really need it, they find the net.
That's what they're going to need, and they're going to need that net soon, because the time is starting to kind of tick away for them here. As that one in front, that one in, a second goal for Special Forces. A quick play down the field. Process bumped, but he still gets it to Innocence. The resiliency of Special Forces. Process makes that happen.
Big play there, and they pick up just what you said they needed. Big time insurance goal. And right now, Special Forces, 7 shots, 5 of those coming from Innocence, and Parson, 4 shots himself, 6 for In-Person. It'll be their 7th attempt. TNT does find the net, and my goodness, it's kind of been an offensive battle between Parson and Innocence. I believe last game they went 8 and 7 on the shooting, so they're really being the number one, the X factors offensively for their squads.
Parson, the real difference maker, is he has 0 goals. Innocence has 2, and that's a huge difference. It's now 1 on from Process. TNT got it to Wova. And for In-Person University, again, I like that they're trying to get Parson to be kind of that offensive guy, but he needs to actually start scoring! Oh, he's not going to get a chance there. Dribs smashing the top of the net. Special Forces, that insurance is already back in their hands.
And beautiful placement here. Innocence getting in the way. Again, he didn't even actually make contact with anybody. Sometimes you don't even have to bump or demo. Just the threat, just your presence there is enough to cause chaos. And that's exactly what we saw. TNT get some offense going. Oh, Parson a little backed up. Innocence thought he had an open net. Wova did get back in time. Wova off his own backboard looking for the 50, who does just that. Oh, and nobody there. We need to see a little more. Maybe it was a miscommunication, but that was a big opportunity for In-Person University, and they needed to be aggressive there. That was a big opportunity squandered.
Yeah, and they are going to need to be aggressive. Time running out for In-Person University, but we know when time starts to run out, that's when they get their scariest, and that's when Special Forces really need to be very controlled. The final game of the series here, the elimination for whoever loses this. In-Person University currently on the chopping block, but only time will tell if they can make another incredible comeback inside this final minute. Innocence off to that side wall. TNT now he's going to maybe find a clear. He's got that one, but he won't get through Process. Wova all by himself. Flip reset, does have it, but he just didn't use it well enough. Process a big clear down the field, and TNT will backtrap, just trying to take it away from them here. Special Forces will keep control of the ball. Innocence bumped out by Parson. Now he's got past two. Innocence in front. TNT not bumped. Special Forces looking just for something in field, something to really solidify this game. The time will run out here for In-Person University. Unless they can get something now, things are going to get tough. Parson, second. Oh, what a save from Dribs. And that will be it. Special Forces are moving on to play Nefarious.
My goodness, and a little adding a little insult to injury here. Process going to get the last second goal, but I like the aggression there. They didn't go composed. They learned from their earlier mistakes. Did Special Forces. They knew, In-Person University can score not only with 10 seconds left on the clock, but with 0 seconds left on the clock. So they did not want to allow them any room for a last-second comeback like we saw in games 1 and 2, forcing overtime. Special Forces taking a commanding lead here, a dominant game 3. It just gets harder for them from here, but they got to feel good about that win.
Huge win here in this tournament. My goodness, what a night of action it's been for us, for so many teams in here. Special Forces moving on to play against Nefarious in that next round in the lower semifinals is what they call it there. For them, and again, a big match for them, a huge performance. Again, they still have a chance to move into Championship Sunday tomorrow, where we will also be casting some of the action for that, so expect some of that to be appearing here for us. But again, what a win, and well, this tournament means so much to these players, and I know, Zen, you know that pretty well as well, how much this tournament means. Can you kind of quantify how much it means for these players?
I mean, it's everything, right? Not only is it 6,500 to first place, 3,500 to second place, and then 2K apiece to third and fourth. That's kind of the secondary factor, though, right? It's more what they know they are capable of. They're playing against the best in the world. So I would say, even though the prize pool is so huge, that's a little bit secondary compared to, I don't want to use the word ego, but just performing at this top level against the best in the world and winning.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, I know a lot of players talk about it, how, as you said, the prize pool isn't their primary factor. No, their primary factor is just playing against the best teams in the world and, showing what you have. And right now, we're seeing so many of these teams that ordinarily are not getting invited to tournaments. You're not going to see them in the big tournaments. They're not the teams that people think of first. And then you see them play here, and you see them make these huge results. You see them make these upsets. And you think, well, maybe, there's a lot more depth in this Rocket League scene than just the top teams. Again, what a huge night it has been. And wow, again, that's just incredible. I don't know if we have a bracket. We'll see. Do we have a bracket page? Or they haven't updated the bracket. Apparently, comes from our producers. So, again, what a match it is. But again, there's still another round of action. I know there's a lot of people streaming still for that. So again, the night is not over for the draw, but it is over for us and Zero. Is there maybe some parting messages, some parting things we should say?
Absolutely. Number one, go make sure to follow our producer, Nick, behind the scenes. He's made all this possible, made our day so much easier. You guys see his on the screen. Make sure to follow him on Twitter. You guys saw I just gave a shout out to Sporty. I'll actually be with Sporty tonight casting some Rocket League Splash Series semifinals. So we'll be doing that 8 p.m. Eastern on his channel. Make sure to follow Sporty. I'll be doing my tourney tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, $40 2v2, no rank restrictions. But other than that, we will be back with the draw tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are going to yeet a raid on over to Rizzo. But again, thank you so much for being here, Sporty. It was an honor. I'm so glad not only to get to do the draw, but to get to do it with you. I look forward to tomorrow. We'll go ahead and start to send that raid. But any last words from you?
No, just again, thank you so much for having me here. And thank all of you in chat for watching. I know we've had a ton of you just chatting in there, saying amazing things, cheering on your favorite teams. And again, thanks as well for Nick NCS for doing the production. I know it's been an interesting day for him if you guys have been seeing the stream, but he's been just doing an amazing job. Again, thank you all so much for joining. We'll see you all tomorrow for more action from the Draw 7.
Thank you guys so much for being here.